Hi, I'm Eliza, and I've been meditating for a year, and I want to share with anyone out there who's interested in meditating why they should start and what they could experience in their own life if they do start. At the end of the video, I'm going to have a few tips for anyone who's finding themselves struggling getting into meditation, because I've found for myself how beneficial it can be in your life and how transformative of a practice meditation truly is in your mind, body, and soul. Let's get into what I've learned in the past 365 days of meditating. The first thing that meditation brought into my life was that I was healing myself from the inside out, little by little and piece by piece. Now, my love for meditation did not come overnight or in the first few days. In fact, I remember struggling a little at first and feeling uncomfortable sitting in my own mind in silence and emotions. It was new for me to experience life by stopping for a second and really being able to observe everything that I have been putting on my back and carrying with me. I was starting to heal parts of myself little by little, which would eventually turn into a huge sculpture of healed. And I was also healing from the inside out. So not only was my heart and my mind and my soul being fed with healing, loving energies, but this in turn is what sprouted and grew on the outside. What you hold within is what you will show without. I really started working on healing my internal wounds, therefore my external appearance healed and let go of any negative remnants that was left over. This whole past year of meditating also led me to find a place of peace inside of myself. This has helped me tremendously in so many life circumstances. When someone says something that would have previously triggered me and I would have just gone off on them, or I would have gone off internally or just expressed myself in a way that could have been avoided if I were to take a deep breath and really look back on the situation. Finding this place of peace within myself has led me to be able to access this peace in just about any situation that I'm in. And I can refrain from doing things that I've done in my past that my old emotions would have triggered, because I've been able to go within, see those emotions and those triggers, and remember my place of peace that I do carry with me everywhere I go and in any situation. Not only did I find myself connecting with this sense of internal peace, but with myself. For my own personal experience, there was a large chunk of my life where I ran away from myself and I hid behind a mask of someone who hated themselves because I was afraid to love myself to some degree. Meditation has taken me leaps forward in the relationship I have with myself and just how connected to myself and my body and my mind I feel. I have been able to prioritize myself first and know my true value in being a human being on this planet, who I am. Meditation was a very positive outlet overall for my life. If I was feeling super stressed, I could go and just meditate for 10 or so minutes and come out feeling refreshed and almost brand new. Meditation became a positive outlet in my life when I would have previously turned to drugs or alcohol to escape my problem. Meditation not only provides some sort of escape when you can really get into that calm state of mind, but it really brings you back to your true essence and reminds you that you don't need to escape anything, because what is here is love and peace and joy for you. Another aspect that I found myself loving about meditation is the simple thought of closing your eyes and not seeing the world around you. At least for me, sometimes our surrounding world can get overwhelming or annoying or make you angry and you just want it all to go away. And I find this is when people turn into substances or activities that will bring them some sort of gratification that lasts minimal amount of time. In these moments where the world just seems like too much, it's okay to shut it out for a little and just be there with yourself in your internal world. I find you to have so much gratitude for your external world when you can close your eyes for a few minutes, because you really connect with your inner self, and then when you reopen your eyes, you can reconnect with the world around you, maybe from a new perspective, and you will have a lot of gratitude for the beauty that surrounds you, because what could be surrounding you is complete blackness, which is beautiful too in its moments, but you really remember the balance of keeping your eyes open and being closed off sometimes. Another thing that I found meditation to bring into my life was raising my vibration. Now, I'm not talking just in my mentality, mental state, mental health, but I'm talking about the way that I walk and live through my life. I can try to put in a picture of what I used to look like and some sort of my habits before I started meditating and really taking care of myself. And this is what I look like now, which is a huge transformation, at least in my opinion. And I know that I'm just starting. So if you really want to see some sort of positive change and you want to raise your vibration, start meditating, even if that just means for 3 minutes a day. Because I guarantee you that once you start practicing, you'll start picking up the skill more and being able to meditate for longer and overall raising your vibration for the greater good. Another very useful thing that meditation brought into my life was me becoming aware of the emotions that I did not know were stored inside my body and mind. There were a lot more energies lingering and flowing inside of me that I was not aware of. When you meditate and these feelings arise, you can then feel them in the present moment, become aware of them, process them, and let that be another layer of yourself that you're ready to let go and shed. Meditation brings you into the present moment and really activates that mindfulness in your brain. Meditation brought me to the realization that I do not know everything that's going on in my body. Think about how many tasks go on unconsciously inside of our bodies we do just to digest a piece of food. We are consciously aware of us biting and swallowing and maybe some degree of movement inside of our body, but we are not consciously aware of all the wires and synapses going off in our brain that make it so that we can digest this piece of food. Our bodies do things every day that we are not consciously aware of, but we are aware of on a subconscious level. For me, being in a meditative state allowed these otherwise unseen emotions to arise and for me to be able to see and become consciously aware of. Through meditation, you can end these negative emotions that go on behind the scenes because you'll be bringing them into your present state of being and letting them finally be released from your body. Another thing that meditation really helped me with was my baseline state of being. Over the past few years, I've been able to really manage my depression and honestly get rid of it to a big degree. And meditation has really helped me with that in its own unique way. Meditation gave me the opportunity to see and touch the negative emotions and depression that was inside of my body, heart, and mind. A lot of these emotions I wasn't fully aware were there. Some thoughts or emotions would arise and I would be like, whoa, I didn't know I was still feeling that, or I didn't even know I felt that at all. And this is what gave me the opportunity to not only better know myself, but heal myself and know looking forward in the future what is best for me. Meditation allows you to observe your mind and how it works. And once you observe your mind and get a better picture of how it works, you can then decide how you want to use your mind and train your own mind into your living and being. If you meditate and observe a lot of these negative energies that don't seem to be going away, you can work with those and work on releasing them and reforming them into something that's more positive for you, your life, and your being. I've found that during meditation, it's very common for you to experience these negative emotions. I've also found what you'll find under these negative emotions, though, is a state of peace, joy, and happiness. You'll be able to access that state of peace in any mayhem once you start meditating and getting to know that place of peace a little more that's inside of you and each of us. You'll gain practice in connecting to that peace inside everyone. When you're meditating, your brain can enter different wavelengths. There's delta, theta, beta, alpha, and gamma. If you're really interested in those, I recommend researching them a little more and finding out some more information on your own, because I'm not an expert on all that stuff. But basically, depending on which wavelength your brain is functioning in provides a different experience for your brain to be working and you to be experiencing your life. Not only does meditation dramatically improve your life overall, but in any smaller situation, if you go and meditate for a few minutes and come out, I guarantee 99% of the time you'll come out of this meditation feeling better than you went into it. You might gain some new insights from the meditation you're following or from your own mind. You might release some of the stress and anxiety that just was waiting to be taken off of your back. Not only will you feel better 99% of the time after a meditation, but you will have more patience with yourself and therefore the world around you. A lot of the time I feel like people don't get into meditation because it's just boring or a waste of time, or they really just don't have the patience for silence and they want to keep throwing all of these sensations in front of their face so that they can be stimulated and so that they can be numbed to their reality, when really taking a step back and being able to be quiet and just observe what is going on internally within you provides you to have more patience with yourself, because you won't be sitting here relying on all of these things to captivate you and hold your attention. Instead, you will be looking within and putting the attention on yourself, because you deserve to think about yourself and put yourself first, which is exactly what meditation does. And it leads you closer to understanding yourself better too. You can take what you learn from meditation into your real life. There are so many guided meditations that are free online, or you can meditate with some music or just in flat out silence. I also find that it's so valuable to listen to your own heart and mind and your own messages that you receive during meditation, because they will be personalized to you and your own life. Sometimes you may hear a voice in your head when you're meditating, or it may be your own voice telling you something. Either or, listen to this guidance and trust yourself that you know exactly what the best is for you, and that sometimes the best can look a little shaken up at first until it's all put back together and something that you really enjoy. One of the most beneficial parts of meditation for me was being able to renew and re-energize and revitalize the cells inside of my body. When I meditate, I feel like I'm regenerating my body from the inside out. You can heal real ailments with meditation, and you can transform any aspect of your life with meditation. There are so many different types of meditation that you can get into or research about, depending on what sort of effects you want it to have in your life. Overall, meditation brought me to a place with myself where I feel more connected to than ever before. Not only do I feel connected to myself, but I feel more connected to the world around me, as meditation has shown and taught me how connected we truly are with everything in the world. Meditation has changed me completely from the person I started off as 365 days ago. I could never see myself stopping meditating for a long period of time. Meditating is a huge staple in my life, and it really keeps me grounded and centered in my being. Every time I meditate, I learn something new about myself and the world. Every time I meditate, I come out feeling better, knowing I'm doing something amazing for myself and my health. Okay, now I just have some tips for anyone out there who is interested in starting meditating. My first tip is to start off small if you cannot sit still for 10 or more minutes. There is no shame in meditating for the smallest amount of time. In my opinion, giving yourself any amount of time is worth it. So even if that means just 1 minute a day, that is an amazing start to meditating. Personally, I would recommend starting at 3 to 5 minutes for the first few times, and really start working your way up to meditating for longer periods of time until you find something that works best for you. My second tip is to not judge whatever comes up during the time that you're meditating. Meditation is a time for relaxing, releasing, and renewing, not a time for you to just be feeling worse and beating yourself up, even though sometimes it can be very beneficial to feel those negative emotions. Don't dwell on them or label yourself as them. Just observe them and recognize them as being there, and you being able to see them, observe them, and release them, because they aren't you. In meditation, sometimes fear may arise, but what I've learned through meditation is that the only thing you can fear is yourself. So maybe lean a little more into that fear of fearing yourself, and ask yourself why. Why do you fear yourself, and what about yourself may you fear? Another tip I have is that meditation does not need to be overcomplicated, and you do not need to believe that if you aren't having some sort of mystical experience that you're doing meditation wrong, because that is so far from wrong. I mean, so far from right. Meditation isn't about escaping this dimension and going to a million other places where you can talk to galactic beings and see your future and the future of the universe. Meditation is about you connecting better with yourself and the present moment. Meditation is about love and acceptance. Meditation is about realizing that we're not always going to get everything completely right, and that's okay. I know that I'm going to be continuing meditating for the rest of my life, and I hope that this video inspired anyone out there to pick up meditating and start the journey for themselves, because it is a crazy one that will lead you many ways, but will make you a stronger person on the other side. I can guarantee that. Meditation may seem very simple or spiritualistic, but really all meditation is connecting with yourself. Connecting with yourself and giving yourself the time, love, and attention that you deserve is one of the most important and powerful things anyone can do for themselves. If you're on the fence of meditating and aren't sure, go do it. Go start. Do it for a week. Do it for a month. Do it for an experimental amount of time and see the changes in your life. Because once you start to see the changes, you will not go back. And in fact, you will notice on days when you aren't meditating, you feeling worse. Meditation is so healthy for you. So get out there and close your eyes and give yourself some health that you deserve. I hope that this video helped anyone out there who isn't so sure about meditation. I know I have a lot more to learn about myself and the world around me and meditating, but I still hope that this was of use to anyone out there. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful time meditating. Happy New Year!